In this video, I want to review what documents have to be refreshed and updated for the upcoming week. Normally, I would work on these documents during the weekend or Friday night after 9 or 10 o'clock, or the latest it's Monday before 8 o'clock, before some shifts start their schedule. They start to work. So what would usually I work on? I would usually work on a weekly attendance and performance record, 2 week schedule, daily logs, and the time off request form. I will work right now on the all those documents for one team. So remember, I will review right now only one team precisions, and you will have to repeat it for all 5 teams every weekend. Let's start with the weekly attendance. Step 1 would be actually to download it as Microsoft Excel. Then we do double click on a date and we refresh dates. You see, when I click on the next tab, the date is updated already. It has formulas and the tabs are linked between each other. So as soon as you update the date on the first tab, then the date's updated on the other tabs. Do not update dates on Friday because it doesn't work. If you start to type here, you will destroy this formula and it's not going to be linked anymore. Alright, so we updated the date. We're looking at the first tab for have some information, and I'm just highlighting this area what normally team leads would enter new information every week and click delete on my keyboard. Now let's repeat these steps. Now we updated Monday, and this is what we will have to do for every single day of the week. And I need to see. Okay. Now, while you are updating the actual attendance, make sure to pay attention to the second part where it says performance. If anyone has any performance issues what team leads wanted to record, it must be recorded. Before cleaning up this area, you should copy this information into the second document. You see, you have 2 documents. You have weekly attendance and you have performance records. So the information from here, performance records, it should go to the second document for this team. Here it says performance records for Bayview. Let's say Oscar was actually he was tardiness for 15 minutes. So what I would normally do, and it's on the 15, I find Oscar, so I input the date. I already updated the date, so the date was 8. And what would happen? Tardiness for 15 minutes. And I believe we selected first verbal reminder. I will just do copy paste. That's how would we update the records for the performance while you update weekly attendance on the weekend. Okay, we're done with the first document for the Bayview. Second document would be daily logs itself. What we do, we download it too. And let's see. see, it's downloading. Step 2 is to highlight all the rows. Do right click on the numbers and click delete rows. Do not clear rows. If you do that, you see, yes, it's clean, but the rows do not disappear. And the new data will actually download underneath, and it will be hard for the team leads to see, and it will confuse them. So instead, just do right click and delete rows. And this is the outcome you should receive. Now, next is Bayview schedule. For schedule, we don't have to download. We do not keep the copy of the weekly schedule. First, we will start with the date. You see, as soon as I update it over here, it's updated automatically during the week 2. And it also updated the dates on the other tabs. So it's all linked. Now, what we do, we are copying schedule for upcoming week into current week. And since 15 is a day off, there you go. And I believe Oscar will be back on 23rd. What I will do, I would actually copy and paste. There you go. We updated schedule for week is starting on Monday and for the upcoming week. Now let's review professional development tab. They don't have anything here, but Oscar should have his information here on what he's working. And on the meetings, let's see, all the schedules on time. Everything is on time. Now, for the schedule, the next step is to review time off requests. Double check. And there is no new request for the next week except T, but it was not processed yet. So we're not inputting back this information. If it would be processed already and approved, we would actually update this information here for T. It was not approved yet, but I do know it will be, because we already received update on that, so he will be off that day. There you go. That's how we prepare weekly schedule for the upcoming week. Next, daily logs. And for the daily logs, if you open the folder for daily logs, you will see you have 2 documents for each team. One is the actually Google form itself, and the second one is Google Excel, where all the responses are downloaded. Okay? We already downloaded the daily logs itself, and now we have to update the second document, the form itself. We do not work on the first tab, and we click on the responses. And what we do, we will just delete them all. And this is how we actually prepare the shared documents for the weekend. Now I want to show you what to do with the downloaded weekly attendance. because we have to save that information. I already have attendance for the last week open. It's here. And this is the master Google file. You see, I already updated the last week attendance, what we downloaded into the master Excel file. And here we have an attendance for the last fiscal year per team. That way it's easier to work with it. Alright, so what I would normally do, I would just highlight this area and I would just paste it and add the date. And I would repeat this for every day. If there are any performance issues, what are written down over here, remember we already updated the Google performance document, but we also need to record on the master file. So let's say Oscar had here tardiness for 15 minutes. And it was his first verbal reminder. This is what we would see. I would copy this, and in the tab for the performances, I would just paste it and put the date. That way, at the end of the fiscal year, when you do individual reports, it will be easier to see what's happening. You're not going to have 200 rows, you will have 20 maximum. And that way, all the performances for one team will be in one tab and it's easier to see.